April was Dalit History Month, and there were a lot of Dalit heroes that were spoken about in national media and also in regional media. But one notable exception, especially in national media, was Jogendranath Mandal. There might have been a few articles about Mandal every now and then, but Jogendranath Mandal, not just in the Dalit History Month, but generally, do not get the space, and the mention that he should, given that he was one of the biggest Dalit icons from East Bengal, which later became East Pakistan and is now Bangladesh. Of course, Jogen Mondal did not stay on in East Pakistan when it became Bangladesh. He left his country of birth uh, and migrated to West Bengal much before East Pakistan became Bangladesh. But he was undeniably one of the biggest names uh, among among Dalit leaders from that part of the world. Now, many have argued that Jogendranath Mandal could have earned the moniker of being Bengal's Ambedkar. In fact, Ambedkar and Mandal had also worked together to uplift Dalits in East Bengal, which later became East Pakistan and is now Bangladesh. But Jogendranath Mandal made one fatal mistake, for which not only did he not come to be known as Bengal's Ambedkar, but when he died on October 5, 1968, aged only 64, he unfortunately became history's footnote. Now, fans and followers of Jogendranath Mandal refer to him as Mahapran. Every time I say this on Twitter that he has become history's footnote, there are people who comment on my comment saying that no, he's a Mahapran, which literally means the blessed one. But fact is that we do not talk about Mondal with the same in the same breath as we talk about Ambedkar, and this reason is simple. The reason is Jogendranath Mandal chose Muhammad Ali Jinnah's Muslim League over Nehru Gandhi's Congress when the partition of India was happening. And it was his belief that the Dalit Hindu was a victim of upper caste violence and upper caste othering, just like the Muslim was. And he thought that there should be a partnership between the Dalit and the Muslim. And he thought that once the partition takes place and most upper caste Hindus leave, eastern part of Bengal for West Bengal, there would be a natural brotherhood between the Dalit and the Muslim. He was, of course, wrong because after partition, there was West Pakistan and East Pakistan, which is today Bangladesh. Riots did not stop, and when the murderous mobs came, they did not think that okay, these are people who belong to the lower caste. Hindu homes were taken away, their women raped, their men killed, they were forcibly converted, and Jogendranath Mandal, who became the first law and labor minister of Pakistan, watched it in horror that whatever he had thought of, the Dalit Muslim unity that he had always spoken of and which was promised to him by Jinnah, did not really take place in independent Pakistan. And what did he do? Jogendranath Mandal wrote a resignation letter, and this is part of the letter that I'm going to read out. On October 8, 1915, Mandal sent his resignation letter to the then Pakistan Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan. Those Hindus who will continue to stay, I am afraid, by gradual stages and in a planned manner, be either converted to Islam or completely exterminated. It is really amazing that a man of your education, culture, and experience should be an exponent of a doctrine fraught with so great a danger to humanity and subversive of all principles of equality and good sense. I may tell you and your fellow workers that Hindus will allow themselves, whatever the threat or temptation, to be treated as zimmis in the land of their birth. Now, I have been to Bangladesh and I have been to Bodishal, the district where Jogendranath Mandal was born, and from where he started his politics, from where he started mobilizing Dalits into this large Dalit movement. And it was, I actually tried to find out where he was born, the house where he was born, his ancestral house. And all I saw were four bamboo poles planted on a vegetable garden. And there was this memorial, one storied building, a memorial dedicated to him. And the villagers told me that, those bamboo poles which were planted on the vegetable garden was where his house once stood. The house is no longer there. I met Montulal Mondol, who is a descendant of Jogendranath Mandal, and Montulal Mondol said that even if the rest of Bangladesh have forgotten Jogendranath Mandal, the village where he was born, has not forgotten Mondol, and Borishal, the district where he was born, has not forgotten Mondol. However, a man of that caliber, imagine a Bengali Dalit who became the first law and labor minister of independent Pakistan, just like Ambedkar became the first law minister of independent India. And unfortunately, nobody nobody really remembers Mondol outside research circles. There's of course continuing academic interests about him, but he has not gotten the pride of place in history that he should have. He became history's footnote for that one simple mistake, that he did not choose that he chose Jinnah's Muslim League over the Congress. He chose to stay on in Pakistan, East Pakistan, and not migrate to India. And it's not just his story. There are a lot of young Bangladeshis I spoke to during the course of my many visits to Bangladesh, and some of them told me that Mandal is history's villain. This, of course, will not be music to Mandal's followers and fans in West Bengal, who still look up to him. But many in Bangladesh look at Mandal as a villain because they say their forefathers listened to Mandal, believed him, and stayed back in Bangladesh. And today, the violence that Hindus in Bangladesh are facing, perhaps many more Hindus, if they had not listened to Mandal at that time, would have migrated to West Bengal.